Hi, my lovely friends. I have noticed a lot of people are put off from writing their first fiction novel or for putting one out because they feel that the whole process is very complicated and overwhelming. I am here to tell you that there's actually nothing complicated about it at all. You basically just have to get started. The first thing you need if you're wanting to write a fiction novel is an idea. Ting, an idea. And you might be saying to me, but Lisa, where do I get those ideas from? You get ideas from everything. You get ideas from what you see out of your window. You get ideas from what you see on television. You get ideas from YouTube or TikTok or whatever else. You get ideas from the books you already read in the genre that you love. I have done a whole video, I believe, on ideas, which I will, if I remember, I'll poke it up there and let you know what it is. But basically, getting the idea is relatively easy. Keeping to one idea is probably the harder part. But pick an idea, something that makes you excited, something where you can see scenes running through your head and you think, yes, 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 I could do this, I could do this. Oh, and then it could do this and this. Right, awesome, awesome. You've got an idea. Now, if you prefer to write with a little bit of structure and formatting, which is sometimes a lot easier for people to do, particularly when they're new, then you need to go to my other video that talks about the basic structure of how to plot a novel. I'll try and remember to put that there as well. That's quite hypnotizing. I probably shouldn't do that. But anyway, plotting it is basically you need a basic beginning, middle, and end. And then you need chapters under those things. And then you need a rough idea, if you're plotting, of what's going to happen in your story. Now, in the current story, one of the current stories I'm writing at the moment, I believe I am up to chapter 8. As of now, time of recording, I'm not quite sure what chapter 9 will be, but that is because I am a pantser. I have another story on the go. I think I'm only up to chapter 4 on that one, and I think I know what's going to happen in that one. So I might write that one tonight because I've got a pretty fair idea what's going to happen in the next chapter. And then I've got a third book on the go with a collab partner, and I actually do know how that next scene's going to go because I've been thinking about it for about a week. So I will probably write that over the weekend as well. But that's pretty much all it is. If you want to plot it, then you plot it. If you don't, jump straight over that step and into the writing process. What does your story need? It needs characters. Those characters need to do stuff. That stuff needs to be done in some kind of setting. That's it. I do know that there are so many authors who spend months building huge, big worlds and everything else in their notions or their Scriveners or whatever it else is that they use. And all credit to them. Honestly, all credit. If you can put in that amount of work and that amount of detail and that amount of effort and research, that is freaking incredible. You are going to have a very deep, very complex, very rich, and very nuanced story when you get around to writing it. There are others, like myself, who focus more on characters. And the only planning I do for my stories is I get pictures, I have them down here, of my current characters, and I put them there and I start writing. And that is pretty much it. Then you write. And there are those who will think that that is the hardest part. If you feel you don't have enough time, I have videos about that. If you're worried about how you're going to write, then sit down and tell me that story. Write as if you were talking to a friend. Write as if you were sharing your story with a friend. It's that simple. You go in, you open up a new document, whether it be Word, if you're a Word, Google Drive, or is it Pages, I think it is on Apple or Mac. Open it up. You type untitled for now by your author name. That always makes you feel good. Then you put in a page break and you type in chapter 1 and you start writing. You just let the words flow. And the more your words flow, the more excited you'll get about your story. And the more excited you get about your story, as you start to see it come to life on the page, the easier it will be to write the next bit. And you just keep writing. And then, and only then, when you get to the end and you type the end, dun, 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 or to be continued, because I've been known to do that too, then you start thinking about what you're going to do with it. But first, if you just want to write your first fiction novel, that is all you have to do. So are you going to do it? Are you going to give it a go? I would. If I was you, I would be writing. As I've said more than one time on this channel, I've said it 1,000,000 times on this channel, I have been supporting myself for 11 and a half years, simply from the royalties from my book sales. I self-publish, so I'm an indie publisher. I write my books, I get them edited, I do my own covers, I do my own marketing, and then I slap them up on Amazon, cross my fingers, pray to the book gods, and then I go back and write another one. And believe me, it is a wonderful life. It is a wonderful way of making a living. And if you've always worried, perhaps you were too old or you were too busy, you're watching this video. Your time is now, my friend. So start writing. And if I can help with anything at all, please let me know in the comments below. Or I believe my link tree is also on my YouTube channel. You can find me everywhere. So feel free to reach out. I'd love to hear from you. But in the meantime, this is the 4th video I've done today. So I am going to go offline and have myself something to eat. And then I'm going to write my words for the day, because that's something else that does help in making the book writing process a little less complicated. The more often you can write in a week, the easier it is for those words to come. I try and write every day. And while I know that's not possible for everybody, if you're an older person like myself, then actually it's well worth carving out a bit of time to do it. But that's it. I'm going to let you go because you've got writing to do, and I need a cup of tea. I post long form contents on Mondays and Thursdays. And as always, if you want anything from me at all, please drop it in the comments below. I answer everyone. And yeah, even if you think I'm a bit of a mad hatter, hit the like button anyway, would you, on your way out? Any form of interaction on this video is helpful. And who knows, one day I may be a YouTube star as well. Yeah, probably not. But anyway, my friends, keep writing and I will catch up with you in the next video. Bye.